Hello everybody, so today I will teach about SAT maths. So I just provide some introduction. My name is Tam and today I will show on the formula for the SAT maths on the whiteboard. This is a good way to help you to learn about SAT maths. First, I will talk about the basic coefficients and variables because on the SAT maths, this is the most simple on the test and I will show you how to do about that. For example, we have 5a. This is the simple number and we know that the number 5 in here, they will call them about coefficients. The letter A in here, we call them this is about variable. Variable is mean that if you input the number, the whole number in here they will change too. And coefficient, that's about the fixed number, you cannot change anything. They are same number 5. Even you try to input other number, they are still number 5. And the next one, we have 4a plus 5b minus 3a plus 2b. So the next one, I will talk about how to sum and subtract about different kind of variable. In here, if you see different kind of variable in here, you move all them in the one area and P in here in the other area. So that you can subtract or minus in the different kind of variables. In here we have 4 and we have 3. So that 4 minus 3 is about 8. Or we know that we can eliminate the number because number 1, they can call them coefficients. But in the SAT, you can allow to eliminate so that you can get only A is about one variable. But the coefficient of this A is about number 1. You should remember that. We have P and P in here. 5 plus 2 is about 7. 7p. So you can see that number 5 plus number 2, but the variable they are the same one. So that's why at the end result you should keep about p, but you change about coefficient because coefficient they sum together with the same variable. This is the technique about in the SAT maths. The next one I will talk about exponent. It means that we have A is a variable and we have the power B in here. This is the basic of the exponent and we know that we can have like this 5 and 2 power. So this is about the exponent. In here, the formula of A power B is about A multiply A and so on. But the total number, the total variable in here, that is about B number of variable. For example, we have 5 power 2. We have 5 multiplied with 5. However, we count that there are 2 variables. Because number 2 in here, they represent 2 numbers or about 2 numbers multiplied together. That's why you have the basic about exponent in here. The next one, we have a power p multiplied with a power c. In here, we can see that if we have the multiply of the two base in here, we call them that is about the base, and this is about the power. So the formula of the multiplication about a power b and a power c is about a power b plus c. So this is about the first formula of the exponent. For example, we have 5 power 2 plus 5 power 3. So we have number 5 at the same place, and we can conclude that as about 5 power 2 plus 3, and we can put like this 5, and we have 2 plus 3 is about 5. So this is a basic example for you about multiplication of exponent. Now let's try to divide. When we divide about exponent, this one will change to the minus. Let's see a power b minus c, because in the division they like this. That's the about a power b divide a power c. However, when you put the a power c in here, they will change to a power minus c, because in the multiplication and division they will flip the number. That's why when we sum two base together, we have base minus c. This is similar in this formula. So we have 5 power 2 divided by 5 power 3. So you got about 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is about minus 1. So let's see about the second formula of exponent. The next formula of exponent. Let's see about a power b and the bracket with the c. With this formula, you will have a power b multiplied with c. And in here, the interesting is that you can chain b and c together, just like this. So they are same too, because we have multiplication. That's why we can change the location b and c in here. For example, we have 2 power 3 and number 2. In here, we can have 3 inside the brackets and number 2 outside the bracket. So we have 2 and power 3 multiplied with 2. And we can change the location too. That's why we have 2 and power 2 with number 3. So we multiply 3 and 2, we got about 2 power 6. This is the third one of formula of exponent. And the next one, we have a in here, and we have 1 divided by p. 1 divided by p, you can transform them to the root. with B and A. So this is the fourth formula of exponent. And for example, we have 4 and 1 and the power 1/2. In this one, you got about 4 and the square root number 2. Square root number 2 is about 2. This is the next formula of exponent. The next formula of exponent. For example, you have number 4, you have number 5. This is about the example to illustrate about the exponent. Number 4, you can analyze them is about 2 power 2 and number 5. And this way is about analyze the number. This means that you want to figure out what is the number in here, and you can have the exponent for the power. For example, we have 4 equal to 2 multiplied with 2, and we know that 2 multiplied with 2 is about 2 power 2. And this one we have 5 and 2 in here, they multiply together so that we have 2 power 10. This way can help you to do about comparison between different base. But they ask you about 4 and 2, something like this, or maybe they ask you about simplify the fraction, but they have the different. I will illustrate the example. For example, we have 4 and 4 multiplied with a power 5 divided by 2 power 4 multiplied with 16 power 2. In here, you can see that they have different kind of the base number and they have different power. So you can see that if you want to do about SAT math, you need to figure out how to analyze the number in the base. So right now we have number 4. 4 is about 2 power 2, and we have number 4 in here. That's in number 8. Number 8 is 2 power 3, and we got that's in 5. Next one, 2 power 4, keep the same one. 16, that's about 2 power 4 and number 2. Because 2 power 4 is for number 2 multiplied together, 2 power 2 is 2 number 2 multiplied together, 2 power 3 is about 3 number 2 multiplied together. So that we have 2 multiplied with 4 is about 2 power 8. 3 multiplied with 5 is about 2 power 15. 2 power 4 is still the same. 4 multiplied with 2 is about 2 power 8. Now, let's simplify in the fraction. As the previous time, I just mentioned that because we have the same base, so when we divide, the number on the top is still the positive, and the number on the denominator and will become the negative. I will show you. We have 2 power 8 and 2 power 8. We can simplify together. So you got about 2 power 15 and 2 power 4. Right now we have 2 power 15 divided by 2 power 4. And we know that's 15 because 2 power 4 in the denominator, it will become the minus 4. And 15 minus 4 is about 2 power 11. And I will show another way. In the 2 power 4, this is similar 1 over 2 power 4 and 2 power 15, but they are divided. You can see that if you divide the fraction, the right side will flip. So this is the reason why if we divide in a fraction, then we change to the multiply. And this number they will flip to the 2 power minus 4. In here we have 15 plus minus 4. We know that we have the positive, but the number is negative. Then we change to the 2 power 15 minus 4. And you got about 2 power 11. That's it, the same way, same technique. This way you use about flip the number on the division. This way you apply the basic formula. That's why both ways they have the same answer. I will talk about the radical or maybe the root. We know that this is about the root of the number, and this is the sign for you. For example, we have the root number 4. Root number 4 is about number 2. So we at the reverse lesson we learned that the root they will transform about 4 with the 1 power 2. In here, in the number 4, we just learned that 4 is equal to 2 power 2 and 1. And the 1 over 2 outside. We know that in the exponent, two numbers multiply together. Two multiply with 1 over 2, they will become 2 power 1, and they will become number 2. Similar with the square root of 4 equal to 2. So this is the way I explain about why we transform the answer like this, because the square root in here they will become 1 over 2. But the cubic of number 8 is about number 2, and the cubic root is about 8 and 1 over 3. That's why we learn about exponent. And we have 2 power 3, 1 over 3. And we have number 2, and we have 3 multiplied with 1 over 3. So that you got 1 over 1 is similar number 2. That's why we need to learn about two ways. First is about the square root, or maybe about exponent like this. So that you have different way to calculate in the SAT math. So today I will talk about basic equation. This is about 3s plus 5 equal 1, or s plus 2 equal 3. This is about some basic equation like this, and you will do on the SAT maths. But they cannot basically like this. I just show you how to find the s first, so you can understand. So in this equation, you know that if you want to find the x, you need to put the x on the one side and the number to another side. So we have number 2 on the left, we move to on the right, and the positive number they will change to the negative number. If this one is the negative number on here, they change to the positive number. So the first thing when you move the number, the sign they will change with the number to, for example, positive to negative and negative to the positive. And we put number 3 in here. We have s, and we have 3 minus 2 is about 1. So this is about the first equation. You need to learn the next basic formula. So in here we have 3s equal to 8, and we know that we can simplify them by divide both sides with number 3 and number 3, because we want to eliminate the number 3 of the coefficient. Then we become the number 1, and we got about s, and the answer is about 8 over 3. So that's why 3 divided by 3 they simplify together, and we got about answer s equal to 8 over 3. So let's do this equation. We have 3s in here, and we have number 1. We move number 5 on the right side, then we change to the -5 because we have the positive number. They change to the negative number if they move to the other side of the equal. And we have 3s equal to 1 minus 5 is -4. And we have s in here. We have 3 divided by 3. And number 4 is about divided by 3 too, because we need to divide in the same denominator. And we got about s equal to -4 divided by 3. So this is about the basic equation. You need to learn the next equation. You need to know. Let's see about 4s plus 2 equal to number 8. In here, you need to divide both number with number 4. So you can open the bracket in here. 4 divided by 4 is about 1. 8 divided by 4 is about 2. And we have number 2 in here. We move to the right, so we have 2 minus 2. So we have s equal to 0. So this is the next equation. You need to learn how to find the s. The next basic equation I will mention about f is about the function, and they will provide in the SAT math is like this. This is about the basic, or maybe like this. This is about the basic function, and in the SAT math they ask, let's treat it like this, which is equal to, for example, let's treat it with this function like this, and which is equal to, and they ask you to find the result of the 3s. In here you have 3s, you put number 2, and it means that they ask you to put number 2 in this function, and you have 2 power 2 minus 5 with 2 plus 4. 2 power 2 is about 4. 5 multiplied with 2 is about 10. 4. So we have 4 minus 10 is about minus 6 plus 4. Minus 6 plus 4 is about minus 2. So this is in the one real question on the SAT math. They ask you have the function and they ask you to find the result. The next one, we have fx and 3x, and the question they ask about, let's find this, the compare with function f, and inside the function f we have the 3x. So to do this, the question like this, we have f outside and we put the information of the 3x in here. So this is the first step. The next one, you have the function fx in here, and we have 5x plus 4. In here, we can put down just like the bit x of the 5x plus 4, and we have 5. All the information inside the f function, we put in the x. So you got about s power 2 minus 5s plus 4 plus 4. So that is the second step. If the question they ask with s equal to 0, so after we do the second step, you put s equals 0 in this function. So you got about 0 power 2 minus 5 with multiplied with 0 plus 4 and plus 4, and you know that 0 0, so we have 5 multiplied with 4 plus 4. 4 multiplied with 4 is about 20. 20 plus 4 is about 24. So this is the basic in the SAT math, and this is on the real SAT. The next basic of a function, if f is equal 5 and f is equal to 4s plus 4, 5s, we know that we have f is about the function, and they have you the result, and we have the equation in here. So we will put the result in here, so that you go about the basic equation like this. So the question they ask about to find the s, so that's a symbol. We move number 4 on the right side, so we have 5 minus 4. We have 4s, and 5 minus 4 is about 1. And here we got about s equal to 1 over 4, because we divide both sides with number 4, so that's why you got 1 over 4. So the next function, consider the function fx. We have 5 over s power 2 plus 4 plus s plus d. What is the value of d if the point 1 and 5? We know that in here, the point number 1 is about x, point number 5 is about y, or maybe x is 2. That's same. You should remember about that. So in here we have s and we have fx. Fx that will become 5, s that will become 1. So we transform all number in this equation, and we have 5 equal to 5 over 1 power 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus d. So that is the basic thing. Just calculate down. 5 divided by 1 over 2 is still 5. 4 plus 1 plus d. In here, we can see that's number 5 in here, and we move to number 5, then we put on the 0. number 4 is about minus 4 and minus 1 equal to D. So that we can put down 5 minus 5 is still 0. Minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5 equal to D. So that you just calculate the value of this in this equation, and we can conclude that the function of the fx is about 5s power 2 plus 4 minus 5. So we have 4 minus 5 in here. So we have 5 over s power 2 minus 1. So this is about the function of fx. That's the next question. Let f open the brackets s plus 1 close the brackets equal to s power 2 plus 5s. Find the value of f of 5. In here we can know that if you want to put them same with the f5, s plus 1 should be equal 5 because that's the inside of the function. And then we do about equation. We move number 1 on the right, so we have 5 minus 1, and we have s equal to 4. This is the first step. We need to find what is the next one to find the f5. In here we have f5 in here, but we just find number 4, so that we should put about 4 power 2 plus 5 multiplied with 4. Some students they rush too much. They start number 5, they put in here. That is wrong, but because in the function they put about s plus 1. So in the in the SAT, you should be careful about that because some students they make the mistake. So we have 4 power 2 is about 16, and 5 multiplied with 4 is about 20. So that is about 36. And the answer is f number 5 is about 36. The value of this equation. So in here you can see that we have s. So on the right side, when we have the coefficient like this, the number 11 on the denominator, they will go to the numerator in here, and number 4 from the numerator, they will go to the denominator. So that's 11 and number 4, they will go in here like this, so that you can find the s. Five multiplied with 11 is about 55. 3 multiplied with 4 is about 12. So that's the fastest way to do about the coefficient. This is a fraction, and we have the number like this. If the number like this, so you put about number 11 multiply with 3 and we divide by 4, so that we have about 23 divided by 4, and this is the final answer of this equation with the fraction in the coefficient, and how to move two number in here for you. Now the real SAT, and we know that when we do about this equation, we have 2 and we have multiply all the number inside the parentheses. So we have 2s plus 6. Similar this one, we have number 5 and we have s minus 2. We multiply together, so that we have 5s minus 10, and we have 4 s minus 3. In here, we put the s in the one area and the number in the right side. So we have 2s plus 5s. But we have the 4s on the right, we move to the left. But this is about the positive number in here, so they will change to the negative number. We have minus 3. The minus 10 we move to the right, then we come to the positive number 10. Positive number 6 move to the right, then we change to the minus 6. So we sum up 2 plus 5 is about 7. 7 minus 4 is about 3s. And we have minus 3 plus 10 is about 7. And we have minus 6. 7 minus 6 is about 1. And in here, we have 3s. We divide 3s in the both sides, so that we eliminate number 3. And we got about s equal to 1 over 3. So this is the technique we do from step by step. The next one, now I change to the negative number, that is minus 5. So this one, we have 2 multiplied with s, 2 multiplied with 3, so we have 2s plus 6. And here we have the minus 5. When we have the minus 5, when we put together, they will change the sign inside the brackets. For example, we have s, this is about positive number, but we have the minus 5, then we change to the minus 5s. In here, the minus multiply the minus, then will become the positive number. This is about 10s equal to 4s minus 3. From this point, I will show about multiply the positive and negative. When we have the two positive number multiplied together, they will become the positive. But if the positive multiply with the minus number in here, they will become the minus number. But if we have two minus number multiplied together, they will become the positive. And this one, they can swap together. This means if the left is the minus and the right is the positive, they still get about the minus number. So this is the basic for you to learn about multiply with the different side, positive with positive, negative with the positive, or negative with the negative. So let's calculate this. We have 2s, we have minus 5s, and we have the minus 4s because they move to the left, they change the sign. We have minus 3, and the positive number 6, they will change to minus 6. Positive number 10, change to minus 10. So we have 2s minus 5s minus 4. So this is about 2 minus 5 is about minus 3. Minus 3 with minus 4 is about minus 7s. And in here we have minus 3, minus 6, and minus 10. That is about minus 19. From this part, I will show about divide for both on the minus and the positive. In here, we divide both minus number with minus 7. minus 7 divided minus 7, then we eliminate the number. You got about the s. Minus 19 divided to minus 7, then we become the 19 over 7. So from the divide of the minus number and positive number, when we have the positive divide to the positive, they will provide a positive number. The positive divide to the negative, they will become the negative. The negative divide to the positive number, they will become the negative. And the negative divide to the negative, they will become the positive number. So this is the divide of the positive with the positive, negative with the positive, and positive with the negative, and negative with the negative. This is so important for the SAT math for you. So we have the real SAT math. If 3s plus 5 equals 4, what is the value of 2s minus 1? So in here, we will find the value of this basic equation first. So we have 3s plus 5 equal to 4. And we multiply on the right, so we have 4 minus 5. We have 3s. 4 minus 5 is about minus 1. And we have 3 divided by 3. S equal to minus 1 divided by 3. Because we divide both number with number 3, so that we can simplify the coefficient in here. So we have s equal to minus 1 over 3. That's the first step. After we got about s equal to minus 1 over 3, we have 2s minus 1. 2 multiplied with the minus 1 over 3. We know that positive number multiplied with the negative number, that will become the negative number. And that's about 2 over 3 minus 1. We have minus 1, then we become 3 over 3, because we want to have the same common denominator, so that we can minus together. We have minus 2 minus 3 divided by 3. Minus 2 minus 3 is become minus 5 divided by 3. So this is the end, because we just find the value of the function and we got about minus 5 over 3. And find the value of 2s plus 4 divided by 5 equal to 3s minus 7 divided by 2. In this fashion, we can move the number 2 in here. We move number 5 in here and number 2 in here. So that we just flip the number, and we have 2s plus 4 equal to 5 multiplied with 3s minus 7. 2 multiplied with 2s, so we have number 2 and number 4. 2 multiplied with 2s is about 4s. 2 multiplied with 4 is about 8. The next one, we have 5 multiplied with 3, so we have 15s. 5 go to the 7 is about minus 37. So in here, we have 15s and the 4s. We move the 15s on here to the left. So we have 4s minus 15s. So the next one we have 8. We move to the right. So we have minus 8 minus 35. And you just do about the basic equation. 4 minus 15 is about minus 11x. 8 minus 8 minus 35 is about minus 43. We have s in here. We divide both sides with the minus 11, so we have 43 minus 11. And because we have the negative and negative divided to negative is a positive number, we got about 43 divided to 11. So this is the technique how to do about the fraction in here. So today I will talk about quadratic equation, and this is about the basic formula of the quadratic equation. This is about the quadratic equation. So in the SAT math, they talk about find the solution, find the sum of two solutions, or multiply of the two solutions together, or maybe they ask input the x equals something and you find the result. So the first thing we need to learn about how to find the solution of the quadratic equation. The formula first, we have the delta. We have b to b minus 4a and 6. This is the first thing we need to learn. And in here, I will show you if the delta is more than 0. For example, they have the plus 4, plus 3, plus 1 something. They will have two solutions. If the delta is equal 0, we have only one solution. If the delta below 0, there is no solutions. This is about the quadratic equation, and we need to memorize them. The next one, after we have the delta, we will find the S1, S2. S1, S2 is about the solution of this quadratic equation. And in here, we have the formula is minus b plus the square root b power 2 minus 4ac divided by 2a. Similar this one, we have the minus b, and we have minus the square root b power 2 minus 4ac. We have 2a. In here, you can see that this is about the basic formula to find the solution of your quadratic equation. And let's do about the basic one first. We have 2s power 2 minus 10s plus 3 equal to 0. So we want to find the solution of this quadratic equation. So we have delta equal to minus 10 power 2 minus 4 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 3. In here we have 10 minus 10 power 2, that will become 100. And we have 4 multiplied with 2 is about 8. 8 multiplied with 3 is about 24. So 100 minus 24 is about 76. Because the number 76 is more than 0, so we can conclude that this equation they have 2 solutions. So the solution in here. We have the minus p, but we have the minus 10, then we become the number 10 in the positive number, plus the square root 76, and we have number 2 in here. 2 multiplied with 2, they will become 4. Similar this one, but we just change positive to the negative. So this is the technique how to find about the solution from the step by step, and you can see that. Let's say the easy in the SAT. Next one, I will talk about to sum two solution or multiply two solution. In here, we have the formula S1 plus H2. They will become minus B divided by A. S1 multiply with H2, they will become C divided by A. So this is the basic formula for you, and you need to remember them because this is so important for the SAT maths. For example, S power 2 minus 5S plus 4. So the question, what is the sum of two solutions? So we have the equation on the SAT math. So we have S1 plus H2 is about B divided by A. In here, P is about the minus 5, but we have the minus, so they will become the positive number. Let's see about 5. We have number in here. Let's see about coefficient is number 1. So we have A equal to 1. So we got about 5. If the question asks about the product is about the multiplied two solution. So we have S1 multiply H2. Let's see about C over A. In here we have C is about 4 and we have A is about 1. So we got about 4. So this technique is so important because you don't need to find the solution. You just have the formula and you just apply them and you can get the result very fast. Find the value of 5 over S plus 2 equal to S plus 1. We know that in this one we will use about the previous lesson about the quadratic equation, and I will show you how to do that. First, we know that we have S in the denominator, and we should know that S cannot be the 0 because 5 cannot divide by 0. So we have the domain in here. And we know that we will multiply both sides with the S because we want to eliminate the S in the denominator. So we have S in the both sides. So we will have S multiplied with 5 over S, we still number 5. 2 multiplied with the S in here, that's about 2s, and s they go to s with s plus 1, and we have s power 2 and s. Now we move all the number in here so that we create the quadratic equation. 2s go to this way, they will become the minus 2. 5 go to this way, they will become the minus 5. And we have s power 2, and we have s minus s about minus s, we have minus 5. This one is so quadratic equation. We just find the quadratic equation formula, and we have delta. We have the minus 1 power 2, and we have the minus 1 in here, and we have minus 4 multiplied with minus 5, and we have 1 is to 1. Minus 1 power 2 become 1. Minus 4 multiplied with minus 5, then we become 20, positive number, and we got about 21. Solution of the S1 and S2. We have the minus 1 in here, but we have the minus b, then we become number 1, positive number, and we have the square root 21. We have 1 in here, we have 32, and we similar in the S2, but we change the sign is in negative number. And this is about the solution of this equation. I will talk about the factor. Factor is so important from the SAT math, and because when we do about the fraction, the factor can help you to simplify in the numerator and denominator. For example, the basic formula. Last we call them is about the factor, and the basic factor just like this, and in here if we multiply together we use about the FOIL. FOIL is mean that the first number multiply with the s first, we have s power 2, then s multiply with b, that's about the outside, then inside let's see about a multiply with the s in here, so we have a s, and the last one let's see about l, let's see a multiply with b. So we have first, outside, inside, and the last. So let's see about first, let's see outside, inside, and the last. This is the basic formula for the factor. And the next one, in this the factor like this, we have to know how to do the factor. We have equation. We can see that we have s in here, so we have s in the one side, and we have s plus b, because they have the same variable, but s power 2, this means we have two variables, so we have the s first. The next one, we can see that a is about coefficient. They have the same coefficient. We put a outside, and we got about s plus b. And we can see that s plus b are the same one, so we can put down like this: s plus a is about the outside of the s plus b, and we got about s plus b. This way is the formula how to do about from equation to about the factor. So I provide the one real example. S plus 4, S minus 2. So we apply the above the FOIL in here. And we have s multiplied with s. That's about s power 2. Outside is about s multiplied with minus 2. That's minus 2s. 4 multiplied with s, then we will become the 4s. 4 multiplied with minus 2 is about minus a. So you got about s power 2. And we have minus 2 plus 4s is about 4s. And we have minus a. This is the basic thing we want to do about the multiply of the different kind of factor. If they have another factor like this, we just use the 3 number multiply with s and the 3 number multiply with 1. So that we continue do about the multiply with the s plus 1. We have s power 2 multiply with s, then we become s power 3 s, and 2s multiply with s is about 2s power 2. Minus a multiply with s is become the minus 8x. The next one, we have number 1, and we have s power 2, and that's about s power 2. 2s multiplied with 1 is about 2s. Minus a multiplied with 1 become minus a. Now we put different kind of variable in the same variable together. We have 2s power 2, and we have s power 2 in here, plus minus as, and we have the 2s in here, and we have got about minus a. We got about a power 3 plus about 3s power 2. We got about minus a plus 2s is about minus 6s, and we have minus 8. So this is the technique how to do about factor multiply with the factor, and then we got the first factor, you multiply with the second factor. You just do step by step like this, and you can understand how to do multiply in the factor. And in the factor we need to analyze them, so you can get the factor very fast if you know them. In here we have the minus 4s, and we have the minus 5, so that we think there's something about s minus 5, and we have plus s. Minus 5s plus s become the minus 4s. So in here we have the s outside and the s minus 5 because we have the variable in here. Next we have the s minus 5, but the outside should be number 1 because 1 multiply this s minus 5 is still s minus 5 on the top. And we have s minus 5 because we have same s minus 5 here. And we have s plus number 1. This is about the factor. I use about the example to illustrate how to do the factor for you. So today I will talk about the benefits of the factor. So I use about the real SAT math, and I will show you how to do about the factor and simplify in here. We can see that s power 2 minus 2s plus 1, and we know that we have a minus b equal to a power 2 minus 2ab plus b power 2. This formula is similar for the numerator, and we can see that s minus 1 equal to s power 2 minus 2 multiplied with 1 multiplied with s plus 1 power 2 and we got about s power 2 minus 2s plus 1. So that's the numerator is about s minus 1 power 2, and in this one we have s power 2 minus 4s plus 3. In here we can underline the number. We have the minus s and minus 3s plus 3. So in here we have s power 2 minus s, that will become s and s minus 1. This one that will become minus 3s minus 1. So you got about s minus 1 in here. So and we have s minus 1 and s minus 1. We got about s minus 1 and s minus 3, because we have the positive s and the minus 3 in here. That's why we have got about s minus 3. In here we can see that the number or the solution, they cannot allow to become 1 and 3, because s minus 1 power 2 cannot divide by 0. That's why we cannot allow s equal to 1 and s equal with 3. So after we have the domain in here, we can simplify numerator and denominator with s minus 1. So you got about s minus 1 and s minus 3. And because s minus 1 power 2 is about s minus 1 multiplied with s minus 1, and we have s minus 1 in here, we simplify s minus 1. So you got about 12. In here, s minus 3, we multiply with 12. You got about s minus 1 equal to 12s minus 36. 12 multiplied with s is about 12s. 12 multiplied with minus 3 is about minus 36. That's why we got a number. And we just do about the equation. We have s minus 12s, and we have 1 minus 36. S minus 12 is about minus 11s. 1 minus 36 is about minus 35. And we divide both sides with minus 11. So we got about minus 35 divided to minus 11. And you got about 35 divided to 11. So this is about the step by step to you about the factor, and we simplify in the fraction, and then later that we compare the solution with the domain in here. And this is the way we do on the SAT math. We talk about the radical. If the square root of t minus 4 equal to 0, find the value of t. So we have c in here, and we have the minus 4. So we move the number minus 4 or go to the right. So that's about here. In here we can see that we put the power 2 in both sides. Like this, we put the power 2 in the left and the right. And we have t equal to 16. So this is the basic about the SAT math, and you just know that you just move the number 4 on the right, and then we have the power 2 in the both sides, and you got about t equal to 16. The next one we talk about the radical. For example, find the value of the square root of s plus the square root of 9 plus 3 plus square root of 2. So in here, we just do about the square root number first. We have the square root of s, The square root of 9 is about 3 and 3. And we know that 3 both sides we can eliminate. And we have the square root of 2. In here, we square in the both sides. So we go about s equal to 2. Because inside the s cannot allow s below than 0, because when we do about the even radical, just about the square root, they cannot allow below than 0. So I will show you. If the root is about even, the domain should be s more than or equal 0. If the root is about the odd number, they can be about the real number. For example, for 5, the root of 4 with 5, they should be about the positive number. They cannot allow to the negative number in here, because if they put the negative number, they will become the complex number. I think this is I will come on at the end. And if they have the odd number, for example, the cubic of -3, they can become the cubic of 3, and we put the negative sign outside the number. However, this one they cannot. Because the negative in the even number, they will become the complex number. So that's why we need to learn about in the even radical, the domain is about s more than or equal 0. If they have the odd number in the s, they can allow to more the real number. That's why we need to learn about that. They ask, find the domains of the square root of s plus 4. We know that s plus 4 in the square root, that's about the even. So it means that on this thing, they should more than greater or equal to 0. So we have s plus 4 greater or equal 0. And we have s is greater or equal to -4, because we move number 4 in here. So that's the way we find the domain in here. The next one, we talk about find the value of the square root s minus 4 equal to s plus 7. We have the domain in here. The number under the square root should be greater or equal to 0. So we have s minus 4 greater or equal to 0. And we go about s is greater or equal to 4. And now, in this question, we put the square in both sides to eliminate the square root. We put the square in the both sides like this. And we go about the s minus 4. In here, we have the s power 2 plus the 14s plus 49. And we move on s and minus 4 go to the right, so we go about s power 2 plus 13s plus 53. And we have the quadratic equation, and we find the solution in here. Power 2 is about 169. 53 multiplied with 4 is about 212. In here you will see that's 169 below than 212. This means we can include they are below than 0. Because the number below than 0, it means there is no solution. So that's in this equation, we don't find a solution in here. So on the SAT math, they ask if the square root of s equal to 4, what is the value of square root of s multiplied with the cubic of 4s in here? So in this one, we will find the s first. We do the square in the both sides. So we got about s equal to 16. Now we input in the small equation. In here we have the square root of s, and the square root of s at the beginning they provide the number for you. So this one will become 4, and we will multiply with the cubic 4. In here we have 16, we multiply with 16. Sixteen multiplied with 4 is about 64. We know that the cubic of the 64 is about 4. And you got about 16. So we just follow the step by step and we can find this number very simple. Next topic, I will talk about multiple variables. This means that in the SAT math, they will have A divided by B equal to 4. However, in they find the result of 4AB minus 3B over A. This is we can see many times on the SAT math. They ask about the more than 2 variables, at least more than 2, and they ask you to find the result. This one they can ask you about multiple variables, and we need to learn how to do about multiple variables. So I just use the one example. We have A over B. So we have A over B in here. Is this about 4? And we have the B over A. We can know that B over A is equal to number 1 divided to A over B. This is the formula you need to know about that to do about multiple variable if they have the fractions, so that they can flip in the denominator, and this is the basic formula you need to remember. And then here we put about 1 divided to A over B, and we have A over B is about 4, so you got about 16 minus 3 over 4. And we have the number 4 in the denominator, and we have number 4 in here. It is about 64 minus 3 over 4. 64 divided by 4 is about 16, and we need to do about common denominator, so when we can multiply together. So you got about 61 divided by 4. This is the basic about multiple variable on the SAT math. Hello everybody, on the SAT math you will see this question like this. If 2 multiply with the s plus 2y equal to the s plus 3y, find the value of s divided by y. In here we have number 2, we multiply with s and multiply with 2y. So you got about 2s plus 4y, and we have s plus 3y. In here we have 2x, and we move the s in here, we have minus s. We have the 3y, we minus 4y. Because we move to the right, they change the sign from positive 4y to the negative 4y. We have the 2s minus s is about s. 3y minus 4y is minus y. Right now, we can have s equal to minus y. There are two techniques. Technique number one, we have s equal to minus 1. So that we can transform the s is become to minus y in here. Y divided by y is become to minus 1. Technique number two, that's about we divide both sides with y from this equation, and we have the s divided by y in here. This is similar in the question. Y divided by y, then we become the minus 1. So you see that different kind of technique, but they show you about the same solution. So the answer is about the minus 1. So the next one we talk about multiple variables again. So we have if 2 multiply with open the brackets s plus 2y close the bracket equal to 5 plus 4y. Find the value of s over y. So in the SAT math, they will provide the one equation. They ask about s divided by y. This is about the multiple variables. So in here, we have 2, we multiply with inside 2s and 2 multiply with 2y. So we have 2s plus 4y, and we have 5 plus 4y. In here, we can see that 4y and 4y in the both sides, we can eliminate together. We have 2s equal to 5, and we have s equal to 5 divided by 2, 0 right now. Or maybe the y can become 1, or maybe y become the 2. So that there is too many multiple answers. So that we calculate that is about infinite solution. But the y cannot allow to become 0. So we can say about like this. If they have 2 y same together and they eliminate together, so find the value of 4s plus 2y plus 5 if 6s plus 3y equal to 10. So in here we have 6s plus 3y equal to 10, and we have 4s plus 2y plus 5 in here, and we can see that the number 3 and number 6, they can put about the factor like this. Because number 3 multiplied with 2s is about 6s, 3 multiplied with y is about 3y. Similar this one. In here, we can see that with number 4 and number 2, we can put, let's see about common is number 2. We have 2s plus 5, close the bracket, and we have 5. You can see that in the equation need to find, we have 2s plus y. In the result of the equation, we have 2s plus y again. So that we can put them in the a in here. and we got about 3a equal 10, and in here we have 2a plus 5. You can see that this is so easy for you to understand about transform the multiple of the variables into multiple for 5 to resolve. In here you can see that 2a plus 5, and we have 3a equal 10. Capital A will become 10 divided by 3. After we find the result of capital A equal to 10 divided by 3, we can input in here. And we got about 20 divided by 3 plus 5. 5 is about 15 divided by 3, and we got about 35 divided by 3. So that's the answer step by step about multiple variables in here. Hello everybody, so we must to remember the 7 formula to transform the factor to equation, or from the equation to the factor. This is so important in the SAT math because they ask you about the one function in here. They ask you to transform to find the value at a minus b in here. So this is so important, and you need to remember all the 7 formula, and this is so useful for many questions in the SAT math. So we have the question like this: find the value of s plus 2y if s power 2 plus 4sy plus 4y power 2 equal to 25. And we have the conditions. Let's see about s is more than 0 and y more than 0. And this is about positive number. In here we have s power 2 plus 4sy plus 4y power 2 in here, and we can know that we can see something very simple with the formula. So you can see that they are similar to the formula in here, and we can analyze the number. We have s power 2 plus 2 multiplied with 2y plus multiplied with s in here, and we have 2y power 2, and you can see that a is about s and b is about 2y. So we can analyze like this, because if you figure out the 1 in 7 factor and equation I just mentioned for you, you can analyze them and you can find the answer very fast. So we have s is about capital A, and b is about capital B is about 2y, and we got about s plus 2y, and everything is power 2, and we got about 25. The question they ask about find the value of s plus 2y, and we can put the square root in both one. In here, if we do about the even power and we have the even roots, they can provide 2 solutions. Let's see about s plus 2y equal to 5, s plus 2y equal to minus 5. So that you can learn about one solution. if you do about the even root, or maybe I put about the root with n, and n in here is about even. If you do about the even in here too, for example a and b, so that you can have a equal to b or a equal to minus b in here. And you can see that these they can provide positive and negative number. If they have the odd in here, they can provide only one, a equal to b. This is I just show you about if we do about the root in the both area, and they can provide, if they are the even, they can provide positive and negative. If they are the odd, they just provide only one solution. If in the odd, we start, for example, if they have the odd in here, minus b in here, so the answer should be a equal to minus b. So this is the small technique you need to remember. So right now we have s plus 2y equal to 5 and s plus 2y equal to minus 5. But we know that on the conditions we have s more than 0 and y more than 0, it means both numbers should be about positive number. However, s plus 2y, they are about a positive number. Positive plus positive should provide the positive result. So in the question, we cannot choose the minus 5. You should choose about 5 because positive plus positive should provide the positive result. So in the next one, if s plus 2y equal to 1, find the value of s power 2 plus 4sy plus 4y power 2. And we have s plus 2y equal to 1. And in here, we can see that they mention about s power 2, 4sy and 4y power 2. You can see that they are similar to the a plus b power 2 equal to a power 2 plus 2ap plus b power 2. And we have s plus 2y power 2 equal to 1. And we have the power 2 here. And we have s power 2 plus 4sy plus 4y power 2 and equal to 1. So this is the small technique how to do the SAT math, and you can see that the answer for the question is about 1. So in the real SAT math, if a minus 2b plus 2 and a power 2 minus 4b power 2 equal to 15, find the value of a plus 2b. In here, you can see that a power 2 minus 4b power 2, you can see it's similar to a power 2 minus b power 2 equal to a plus b and a minus b. And we can see that we have a power 2 minus 4b power 2, just like this. Let's say 2 multiplied with the power 2, and let's say y we have 4b power 2. In here, we can have a and 2b. Let's see a plus 2b and a minus 2b. So they ask about find the a plus 2b. So we divide in the both area with a minus 2b. So you go about a power 2 minus 2b power 2 divided to a minus 2b equal to a plus 2b. So you got about the fraction in here. A power 2 minus 4b power 2 is about 15. A minus 2b is about 2. and we have a plus 2b. So that's it. The answer for the a plus 2b is about 15 divided by 2. So we have another. Find the value of a b if a plus b power 2 equal to 5 and a power 2 plus b power 2 equal to 3. In here they ask about find ab only, and we need to have the two results in here. As you can see that we have a plus b power 2 equal to a power 2 plus 2ab plus b power 2 in here, and we can see that they just add about ab only, so we just move a power 2 and b power 2 in the left. Because when we move a power 2 from right to left, we have the minus a. Similar with b power 2, we have minus b power 2, and we have the parenthesis in here, so that you can put the number in here. A plus b power 2 is about 5. A power 2 plus b power 2 is about 3. We have 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is about 2. And we see that's 2 divided by 2, so they go about 1. So the answer for the AB is about 1. So in the next real SAT math, if s power 2 plus y power 2 equal to a, s plus y equal to 3, sy is equal to b, find the value of 2a plus 4b. In here we have 2a plus 4b, and we remove number 2, and we have a plus 2b. Because multiply with a is about 2a, 2 multiply with 2b about 4b. We have 2, and in here we have a in here is about s power 2 plus y power 2. We input in here. We have sy equal to p is about 2sy. You can see that s power 2 plus 2sy plus y power 2, it will become s plus y power 2. And in here, s plus y is about 3, so we have 2 multiplied with 3 power 2, and we have 2 multiplied with 9, and we have 18. So the answer for the question is about 18 for 2a plus 4b. So the next question, if s plus y equal to 10, s power 3 plus y power 3 equal to 4, find the value of sy. So in here we will have two ways. We have two ways to find the sy. First, we use about s plus y equal 10. We have know that s plus y, and we have the power 3, and we go about s power 3 plus 3s power 2 with y, and plus 3s y power 2 and y power 3. And in here we can see that s power 3 and y power 3, they go one area. In here we can see that 3sy, then we become the factor 3sy with 3sy power 2, and we got about s plus y. So right now we can see that we have s plus y is about 10 power 3, and s power 3 plus y power 3 is about 4, plus 3s y, x plus y is become about 10. So now we have the number and we just multiply, divide, subtract something. So we have 10 power 3 is about 1000 equal to 4 plus 30 sy. So we have 1000 and we have number 4. Number 4 go to the left is about 996 because 1000 minus 4. So you got about 996 equal to 30 sy. So sy will become 996 divided by 30. We can simplify them is about 332 and 10. So the answer is about 33.2. That is the first step. That is the first way, sorry. The next way, we use x power 3 in here. X power 3 plus y power 3 is about x plus y, x power 2 minus sy plus y power 2, x power 3 plus 3 power 3. In here you can see that we have x power 2 minus xy plus y power 2. In here we don't have the answer for the x power 2 and plus y power 2 to put the number. However, if we do like this way, we add more to x power y, but we need to minus x power y because I want to put them into the x plus y power 2 because we have x plus y in here. So that you can input the number and find sy. So this one then will become x plus y, everything with power 2, sy and sy they will become 3 sy. So now we have x power 3 plus y power 3 and we have sy and sy. So we have the number in here and we just input for them. We have 4, 10 power 2 is about 100, 100 multiplied with 10 is about 1000, 10 multiplied with 3 is about 30 sy. So now we have 4 and we have 1000, 1000 goes to the left, so we got about 996 equal to 30 sy. So to calculate the sy, minus 996 divided to the minus 30, so you got about sy equal to minus 996 divided to minus 30, so you got about 33.2. So that we use the two ways and they got about the same solution, that's about 33.2. So this is technique I show you how to do this one. So today I will talk about the absolute number. Absolute number will appear many times on the SAT math and we need to learn to do about the absolute number. This is the basic one. The absolute number we have the three vertical line like this, and we have the s inside the two vertical line. That's about the absolute number. And you should know that all the absolute number, they just provide to the positive number. For example, we have the minus 3 in the absolute in here, and we know about 3. And if we have the 0, then we become the 0. And this is the basic one in the SAT math, and you should know how to do about the different kind of absolute number. So the next one, so we have the basic about absolute number. S plus 5 inside the absolute sign equal to number 3. So in here, when you calculate about absolute equation, you will get about s plus 5 equal to 3 and s plus 5 equal to minus 3. Because if we put the absolute number with 3, they provide to number 3. Absolute number minus 3, they will provide the positive 3. That's why we have the s plus 5. S plus 5 equal to 3 and s plus 5 equal to minus 3. So we talk about 5 go to the right, we have 3 minus 5 equal to minus 2. S plus minus 3, and we have the minus 5 on the right, so we have minus 5. Minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. So we have the two solutions of the s plus 5 inside the absolute signal psi equal to 3, and that's why we got the basic step by step like this. S minus 5 equal to the minus 3. So in here, if in the SAT math, if they provide like this, we can say there's no solution, because the result of the absolute number, they should provide be more than or equal to 0. So the minus 3 in here, we don't have a solution. And the next one, if they provide the question like this, you need to have to do like this. So in the question, if we put the absolute number in here and in here, and we can do two things. So we will consider about s plus 4 greater or equal to 0 and s plus 1 greater or equal to 0, because if they more than 0, they can be about a positive number. If they be below than 0, they can have the negative number. And we here have about s or greater or equal to minus 4, s greater or equal to minus 1. So in here we will have the line like this. So if we have the result should be more than a positive number, they will become s plus 4 and s plus 1. If the result they lie between the minus 4 and then minus 1, and in here s plus 4 is keep the same, but the s plus 1 they will become the minus with the over the brackets s plus 1. If the result below than minus 4, all of them will become changed to the minus s plus 4 and the minus s plus 1, and I will show you. If all number more than minus 1, we will have s plus 4 minus s plus 1 equal to 5. So in here we have s plus 4 minus s minus 1. However, the minus s and plus s, they eliminate together, so that we don't have the solution with the s with more than or equal to minus 1. Now let's move to the minus 4 greater or equal to s, greater below than equal to minus 1. So because s plus 4 is greater or equal to minus 4, they keep the same s plus 4. However, if the number belong to this area, they will change to the positive, because we have the negative, and inside this thing, they will become the negative number, because that's about below than the number we need to find, and that's about s plus 1 become to the negative, but outside we have the negative, they become the positive number. We have s plus s is about 2s, 4 plus 1 is about 5, and we have 5. 5 and 5 they eliminate together, so we can conclude that s equal to 0. However, the question they just asked below than minus 1 or greater than minus 4, so this is not the solution, because s equal than 0, they outside the line of the between minus 4 and minus 1. Similar in here, if they below than s below than minus 4, so that's about the negative number, so that's about we would include the negative side. However, the minus s and plus s, they eliminate together, so this one they don't have the solution. So after we calculate about the two absolute in here, we can conclude that they don't have solution. This is the technique how to do about if we have more than two absolute number, you will make the domain s plus 1 greater or equal 0 and s plus 4 greater or equal 0, and then we draw the line in here. If the absolute number become to the low, this means the negative, then we change to the minus, open the bracket on the function. If there's still the positive, we keep the same number s plus 4, and then we just find different situation, and we can get the result. This is so confuse so many students. If you learn about two absolute number in the one equation, you can find the problem very simple.